I'm going to try getting a good picture of this dent. I don't know if it's going to show up in this video or not, but what I'm working on is the rear tailgate of my wagon. Somebody shot it with a rifle of some sort, and one hole completely pierced it, which I think I'm going to leave just for character to the tailgate, but it also hit where there was support and didn't pierce the metal and dinged it in pretty good. So what I did is I was going through the forum and found the website on, or the build thread, or the thread on building dent puller, something similar to a stud puller, weld-on stud puller, and I kind of made my own variation of it off another site that I was on and saw something else a guy was using, and I'm going to give that a try on building or taking this dent out. Here's the tools that I made. I got just a regular slide hammer that I adapted a J-hook onto, made me a J-hook adapter. Also got a pair of vice grips that I welded a coupler on, threaded coupler, so I can screw my slide hammer into the end of it. And then I got of course the little screw attachment that come with the slide hammer that I got. And then here's the other puller that I saw another guy using that I think is going to work pretty good. It of course works on leverage. You hook the J-hook into the welder, or the washer that you weld onto the metal where you're working to help grip the metal so you can pull it out. Anyway, this is my contraption. I made it mostly out of stuff I had around the house here. I'm gonna give it a try and see how it works. Okay, as you can see, I've tacked a couple of washers in the spots that I think I need to apply a little outward pressure, and then start tapping with a hammer, seeing if I can get the form back in this shape and straighten out a little bit. This is new to me, so I may not be doing exactly right, but I'll learn as I go, like everything else I've done on this Willys. It's been an experience doing this body work that I've done on this up to this point. So anyway, I'll put the camera on a tripod and I'll show you how my new tool works. Got my hammers laid out ready, so let's give it a try. Okay, got my little puller that I made. I'm gonna hook it into the first washer here. Slide the J-hook through the hole in the washer, and I can set it up where I want it. Hopefully not gonna put another dent in it. Put a little pressure on it. Start lightly working the metal where it's creased. That actually popped out of there pretty nicely already. That's pretty level. Had a pretty good indentation right there, and it's already popped out pretty nice. So far I'm pleased. So I'll around this way. Hook this one in, and use kind of the same technique. that's coming out nice. I'm really impressed on how this is working, but I haven't got to the bad spot yet. We'll take a little break here. I'm going to add a few more washers in here. We're going to keep working this and see how it comes out. Okay, I'm back. I welded in 3 more washers. What I'm trying to do here is a big dent is right in this area right here. That's where the bullet hit. I dented in pretty good right there. But it also dented in all the way around it, of course. What I'm trying to do is work at the outer edge and work in. I don't know if that's right or wrong, but that's my game plan. I'm going to see how it works. So far, I'm happy with what happened up here. It pulled that right out and straightened it right out without any problem. The big thing is you don't want to get it carried away. That I'm finding out you don't want to get carried away with your hammer, hit it real hard. It's like doing any other body work. You want to work it real light and just keep working it until it pops out the way you want it. Don't get aggressive and just really start wailing on it with a hammer, because you'll end up causing more problems than what you're curing. So anyway, just take your time, work it real slow. It seems to be working real good for me. I really like this setup. I'm glad I found that. But I'm going to start off this outer edge and work my way into that center again and see what we come up with. And again, I don't know if you can see it on the video, you can see where it creased the sheeting when it bent it. You can see where the creases are at. So what I'm doing is I'm working down along those creases with the hammer as I apply pressure. And again, I'm not applying a lot of pressure with my puller. Just enough to put a little tension on it, and using the hammer to work the metal back into shape. Well, I think I'm going to end the video here. I'm going to go ahead and work on getting this out a little bit better. It's coming out really nice. It's just going to take a little time and a little patience to work it. And I don't want this video to be an hour, hour and a half long. I just want you to get an idea of what I was doing. Like I said, I'm really impressed on how this is working. It's doing a nice job of bringing that dent out. And it's already, I can already see that it's starting to pop even this dent, even though I haven't even worked on it yet. It's starting to bring it out too already. So anyway, that's going to be it for the video. What I'll do is I'll finish working it, and then I'll come back in and take a video of how it looks when I'm finished. Okay, here's that dent I've been working on with my new puller right there. I got it worked out pretty good. I run into some snags. Didn't take my own advice and take my time on some of it. I got in a little bit of a hurry, so I caused myself some more work, which usually is what happens. But anyway, I got it pulled out. It looks pretty good. It's going to take just a light coating of putty, I think, and I should be good to go in that spot. Okay, I'm just going to go over a couple things that I learned using this new method that I picked up on doing this the first time. There'll be a lot of other things I'm sure I'll pick up as I go along. First of all, to tack your washers in place, it doesn't take much of a tack for it to hold well enough that you can use it to pull that dent out. I made the mistake on a couple of getting a little carried away and tacking a little too much. Then I had problems with, that's why you see so much weld glob on here, is I ended up busting a couple holes in the sheet metal and had to patch them. So just tack it a little bit, that's all you need, and then it should break off. If you tack it too much, you need to get your grinder out, grind a little bit away to where it busts off easy. Don't get rough with it and bust holes in it like I did. Got impatient, got in a hurry, and it cost me some time in the long run. Another thing, as I said earlier in the video, just take your time, don't get aggressive with it. Don't get aggressive with pulling up on your puller. Don't get aggressive with the slide hammer if you're using it to pull. Just take your time, light hits with the hammer, and those dents will work right out. I was really impressed on how well this actually worked on this spot. Like I said, a light skim of body putty, body filler, and a little bit of sand, and I should be good to go in this spot. My alternative cure to fixing this problem was to cut the skin out, knock it out, and then tack weld the skin back in. I think this went a lot easier for me. Even with the learning curve, it worked really well. I hope this video helps other guys, maybe with their body work. If not, I had fun doing it anyway. Thanks. Okay, here's the next dent I'm going to tackle with that puller I made. Originally, again, I was planning on cutting this out like I did with the C-pillar. I ended up forming a new piece to go in there and welded it in. I was planning on doing the same thing with this dent, and when I made this or found this new puller and made it, I decided maybe I could pull this dent and make it work that way without cutting that out and having to weld it back in. I hope you can see that dent good enough. It's pretty bad. It's in the B pillar right behind the driver's side door. But anyway, I'm gonna give my puller a shot, see if it works. If all else fails, I'll have to go to plan B, which is to go ahead and cut it out and rework it that way.